If you're looking to have an hourglass figure and strengthen your back while sculpting your back, then this is going to be the workout for you. We're also going to be training abs and upper body, our biceps, our triceps. It's going to be a really good push. I'm going to be explaining all the workouts that we do today. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment some love down below. Let's get into it. Remember to warm up before you work out and start any exercises. I'm sure many can relate when I say this. When I first started out in the gym 10, 11 years ago, I did not train my upper body. I was afraid of looking too bulky or muscular. And then as I got into bodybuilding and my category, the bikini category, we didn't require a lot of muscle. So I ended up working on my upper body. I would train it 2 times a week. Currently, I only train it once a week. And one of the exercises that I really wanted to get stronger at was pull-ups. So I really encourage you guys to add in pull-ups and use the assisted machine or bands to help you until you can do it on your own. Also, let's get into hanging leg raises. These are so good for your transverse abdominals, where many people are very weak in their lower midsection and you tend to have your gut sticking out a lot more. So this is really gonna tighten you up. I love doing leg extensions at least 2 to 3 times a week, whether I'm lying down or I am hanging. Usually before I train any of the bigger muscle groups with any weights or dumbbells, I like to start on the cables, and I like to do unilateral movements and exercises so that I'm warming up each arm or each leg individually first. You're gonna have parts of you that are gonna be weaker or bigger, stronger or smaller. So you really want to pay attention to evening out both sides. Whenever you're doing your lateral raises, you just want to make sure that your core is pulled in as tight as possible. There's a slight bend in your knees. You're never locking out your knees completely, and that you are lifting that elbow and knuckles all the way up to shoulder height, not above. A lot of people bring their arms up to their ears. You really want to just go to shoulder height. And of course, I am the queen of supersets or trisets. I really enjoy burning out the muscle group and fatiguing that muscle in a superset. We are going to be doing lateral raises, and make sure to get a good hold and squeeze at the top. Again, keep your core pulled in and your chest up and a slight bend in your knees. Personally, I like to rest for under 50 seconds, maybe even 30 seconds, or as you see, less than 20 seconds. Just depends on the exercise and how you're feeling. So go with how the body feels, but I like time under tension. I love short rest periods. I also used to work for a circuit training HIIT studio. And so I've just adapted to their way of training, and I just found that I stayed a lot tighter, my muscles looked a lot fuller, and my muscles grew a lot bigger because of the time under tension. And you don't have to lift too heavy to start to see results either. It's just all about strategy, techniques, and being intentional while training and eating well, fueling your body. Next up, we have another superset. We are going to be doing the cable tricep extensions supersetting with a single arm front raise. When I'm doing the tricep extensions, I like to be not too far from the cable attachment, but also not too close. When I'm in my stance, I'm gonna have a slight bend in my knees. My core is gonna be pulled in and my spine is gonna be straight. When you start to extend out your arms, you wanna make sure to squeeze at the bottom and count 1, 2, 3, 4 on the way up, keeping the tension still in your triceps before squeezing down back to the midway position. To the cable, when it comes to the cable front raise, you want to make sure your core is pulled in, your chest is up, and your shoulders are back. On the same side that I am raising my arm, I like to have my leg step back, using that back leg as a kickstand, just for support. Then that front leg, I'm also going to have a slight bend with, and making sure that the core is pulled in the entire time so your body is not shifting and that you are not unstable. Again, you want to make sure that you are lifting to shoulder height. You can also hinge a little bit forward. You can see in my stance where I'm a little bit hinged forward so that I can put a lot of that pressure on my shoulders while gravity is pulling my arm back down. Take your time on the way down. You want to put tension on those shoulders, baby, especially if you want them sculpted. Ooh, let's head over for a close grip row. Honey, I know y'all see my back, but if you go and look on my Instagram, you will definitely see what my back really looks like when I'm shredded. I love the close grip pull downs and I love lat pull downs. Oh, you got to take your time in these movements as well and not rush it. Look at my pace. I take my time on the way down and squeeze and hold, and then I slowly come on up, extending my arms. I'm in love with this machine. I'm in love with this workout. So we are going to be here. We're going to make sure that the core is pulled in, your back is straight, and also your knees and your ankles are parallel and in line with each other. Sometimes I see people with their feet behind them or in front of them. You are not going to have a lot of stability. So you really want to make sure that you set up that knee platform for you, that you feel comfortable and fitted into that machine. When you come down, squeeze and take your time on the way up. This is going to stretch out your lats, okay? When you pull down, really make everything tight and squeeze at the bottom. And also, don't be afraid to go up in weight. I like to do a ton of drop sets. So if the weight starts to get a little bit too heavy, then I just start to lower the weight and back to my comfortable weight and continue doing a lot of high reps until I fatigue the muscle. But nothing at the extent of my form being off. Once we're done there, we're gonna move into a rare delt machine seated. And I love this machine. I feel like even in the beginning of my fitness journey, I neglected the back of my shoulders. And this is what we need to fully cap the shoulders. There's about 3 muscle groups within your shoulders: the front, the side, and the back. And I feel like a lot of the times we neglect the rare delts. So you can do this exercise using the machine, or you can use cables, or you can use dumbbells. So you have no excuse. Just make sure to take your time getting seated and find your form. I like to be seated low. That way my arms are resting a little bit underneath where I'm going to be holding. Core is pulled in and my chest is upwards. And I like to lean back a little bit and squeeze at the top of the movement when my arms are open wide. Take your time again on the way in and on the way out as well. I see a lot of people, no matter what the exercise is, they'll be rushing through. And this is not how you're going to build that 3D muscle if you're rushing. And for my last exercise, it is going to be a single arm angled row. So you can do this on the cable machine as well, especially if you don't have this machine. So no excuses. I have done this before kneeling, but when I do this kneeling, I always have a mat underneath my knees to protect my knees. Because y'all, stop putting your fresh knees on the ground. Stop putting them on the ground. You're gonna have ashy knees, raw knees. All right, so the single arm movements are so important. It's a good starter and a good finisher because your back is pretty much already done. A lot of your upper body is already warmed up. When it comes to my back exercises, I really like to stretch my shoulders forward and really stretch out my lats and then come in and pull. I'm pulling my elbows inwards and close to my body, and I'm keeping my core tight. I don't shift my upper body too much. The only thing that is shifting is my shoulder rotation and then coming inwards to a squeeze. You want to keep your chest up and your core pulled in. While I was on this machine, the machine was acting up. So if you see me struggling a little bit with the machine, yeah, it was acting up. But even in my single leg or single upper body exercises, I still increase the weight and I'll still continue to add in drop sets. I do a lot of supersets and drop sets, and I always make sure to squeeze. I like to take my time, especially if I'm listening to a song. I go by the beat or rhythm of the song and just feel each muscle and just take my time. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed my voiceover and my workouts, and leave some love down below. Share this with your people. And yeah, I hope you end up subscribing if you're new and train with me. I love working out. I love fitness. I love eating as well. So definitely check out my playlist, my food, everything on my channel. I will pour into you. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your day, enjoy your workout, and let's become healthier, hotter, and happier. I'll see you guys.